Greetings YouTube! I'm going to try some trades. I'm going to try trading as opposed to mining minerals all the time and just selling them on. It makes a lot of profit, but I'm sat around for 20 minutes at a time not doing anything. I want to give trading a go. I don't know if it'll be more lucrative than the actual mining, considering that I have a decent sized freighter, but it's not huge, so I'll just see where this takes me. Now, I have already created a spreadsheet for this, because I have noticed that when you're looking at marketplaces, when you look at the sellers, their prices are invariably bigger than the buyers. In other words, you can't easily link them up, and it appears as though the sellers and buyers only appear for the current cluster that you're in. Whichever star system, this is me right in the center, whichever star system you're in, I think that only the prices for the current cluster show up. So you have to click a different cluster, or you have to go to that cluster, should I say, to see the prices there instead. So it involves a bit of toing and froing, or it's gonna. Now, first of all, I'm going to have to find some commodities to have a look at. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check the prices of some commodities here in this cluster and then nip over the border to the next cluster along and see what the prices are like there. And fingers crossed, basically, because that's literally all I can do. This is going to take a while, so talk amongst yourselves. So one of the problems you have is that you have to find something that's worth your time. I mean, I've added iron charge onto my spreadsheet, but I've no idea. I probably won't be able to sell it for a profit because it's a very common item. It's a bit tricky interpreting the graph. You need these blue bars to be as high as possible because that means there's lots going backwards and forwards. You need this light grey channel to be as wide as possible because that's the lowest price ever been paid and that's the highest price ever been paid. Nice wide channel means potential for profit. The orange dots need to be roughly in the middle, indicating that there's a balance between buyers and sellers. Because if the dot is very near the top, then the average price is high, which means that it's more of a seller's market. But if the dot is too far down the bottom, it's more of a buyer's market. It's very complicated. The blue line is the 5-day average for the last 5 days. You want that to be up and down so that it indicates that there's a fair bit of short-term fluctuation. And the orange line is the 20-day average, sorry, and you need that to be as smooth as possible, indicating long-term stability. Or some shit, so I really don't know what I'm doing, and I have no idea if any of these are going to work. I've copied down 10 items, but Christ knows. This is the very definition of capitalism in space. I mean, literally, the developers make no attempt to intercede in any of this. You're on your own. Ugh. Okay, so I've compared the prices of 10 items in 2 different clusters, and it is definitely not possible to link them together. It's not possible to find a buyer's price that's higher than a seller's price. And I still haven't worked out how the market works yet. Still a little bit iffy on how you put buy and sell orders on here. How do people get those orders on there? That's what I don't get. I get how to buy things off of the sellers. I'm confused. Okay, so having flown at least a little way across the galaxy for no fucking reason whatsoever, how does this market work exactly? Oh, I see. Ah. That's what was confusing me. If you right click concentrated Veldspar, if you say that you want to buy this type, it just says, right, you're going to buy it at this price. Screw you. It's like, well, how do you buy it at the price that you want to pay? You know what I mean? It's the advanced tab. That's why I'm confused. The advanced tab lets you bid. Now I can alter the price. It's easy when you know how, isn't it? Again, way too many buttons in this game. Buttons, 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 buttons. Jesus Christ, I'm just looking at some of the other buyers on here. That's a bit optimistic, mate, isn't it? You want 4 million pieces of concentrated Veldspar, 0.05 a piece? No. Some people are just appalling optimists, aren't they? Mind you, I look at some of the prices on this marketplace, I really don't get it. I mean, Veldspar, for example. I'm guessing there's a reason for it, but Veldspar usually goes for about 10-ish, 10 credits per unit. But Veldspar reprocesses to titanium, tritanium, sorry, and tritanium is about 4 credits a piece. And no matter how I crunch the numbers, that doesn't make sense. I can only assume that other people have massive reprocessing bonuses and very low costs to be able to do that, because I can't get anywhere near that number. I mean, to break even, because it costs you to process stuff, to break even I'd have to charge like 7 units a piece. Look at this, it's mainly 4, 5, 6, now we're into the 7s and 8s. But why would you... Again, appalling optimism. 24 units, yeah, you're not going to get 200,000 per piece. Whoa. Some people are just deluded. Oh, there it is. I was looking for my ship, I thought, right. So I got given this Merlin for nothing. So, sell this item. Right, I see. So I can just... Okay. So there's no advanced tab when you're coming to sell something. View market details. So again, the ship didn't cost me anything. I'm pretty sure I could... So instead of selling it for that price, because if I look at the price history is on average higher than that. It's around 100,000. Well, 100, yeah, 110,000. So if I go 110,000, that's slightly higher than the regional average. What happens if I take it down to that? It's slightly less now. Right, on 105,000. Right, I can't, right, so I have to put it up for a certain length of time. There we go, that's why it won't let me. Because it's an immediate sell, you can't sell it to anyone because no one's interested. What happens if I up... Wow, if I increase the time period, it doesn't increase the broker's fee. I would have expected to pay more if you put it up for a long time. I don't know. Okay. Sell. Yes. Boom! There it is on the list. Aha! I've got a listing. And the ship didn't cost me anything, as I say. Expires in 90 days. I just kind of have to wait for someone to buy it, I guess. If you look at the buyer's prices on this list, you can see what's happening. They're just trying to one-up each other. So like this one put a buying request up for 1060. Then the next one puts one up for 1067. The next one 1068, then 1069, then 1070, then 1071. They're just trying to eke it out so that whoever sells to them, whoever comes along sells to them rather than the people below them, because you're going to sell to the highest bidder, obviously. Minimum volume, though, I notice on that one, 50,000. There's my ship selling anyway. Yeah, buying things like this and then trying to sell them for a profit is very tricky on the marketplace because it's all broker controlled. I think your best bet for selling stuff is probably to either mine it or make it yourself. But even then, with things like bullets, like the iron charges, I don't have the skill, the character skill and the facilities necessary to actually eke a profit out of that kind of thing. I could make the bullets if I had the blueprint, I just can't make a profit from them. It's cheaper for me to just buy the bullets from other people who mass produce the bloody things. I simply can't compete as an individual. But I've been running the numbers on the Merlin, and this is yet another spreadsheet I made. I don't know what the production cost of a Merlin is, so I've just guessed. But I reckon I could make a bit of a profit out of doing the Merlin. The only problem is that, again, I can make way more cash by just selling the raw materials. So while it's kind of cool to make your own thing, you need to have a very big operation to make some serious money in this game out of some of these mechanics. And I don't have that. Okay, I'm going to stop wittering now. That's really all I wanted to do. Like, dislike, comment, subscribe and share, all that jazz. See you next time.